Let's have a look into the topic method of successive approximations. Okay, in this method, we are solving initial value problems of the type y dash is equal to f of xy. Y dash is the derivative of y with respect to x dy by dx. So y dash is equal to f of xy. Y of x naught is equal to y naught. This is the initial condition given. So in this method of successive approximation, we are dealing with the initial value problems of this general form. Okay, in this method, we are finding the solution by a step-by-step approximation starting by taking, this method is used to find the solution of the initial value problems of this particular type, and in this method, we are finding the approximations by a step-by-step procedure, and start this method by taking y naught of x is equal to y naught. This is the first approximation. This is the first approximation to the solution. Okay, y naught of x is equal to y naught. Okay, y naught is in the initial value of y is given. The y of x, from the initial condition y of x naught is equal to y naught, we can take y naught. So the first approximation is denoted by y naught of x and it is given as y naught. And using this first approximation y naught of x, we generate the next approximation y1 of x, and this y1 of x is given as y1 of x is equal to y naught plus integral from x naught to x f of t y naught of t dt. Okay, y naught is the initial value, and we integrate from x naught to x. X naught is the initial value of x. Okay, taking we know the function f of xy, and here we are taking f of the variable is changed to t. Okay, t and y naught of t. Okay, from the first approximation, we know y naught of x. Here we replace the variable x by t and place y naught of t here. So f of t, y naught of t. Okay, dt. Okay, we can write this function using the function f of xy. In place of x, we are giving t, and in place of y, we are giving y naught of t. Okay, then we can write the function f of t, y naught of t using this general form f of xy. Okay, this is the second approximation, and next using this approximation, we can go to next approximation. Okay, y2 of x is equal to y naught plus integral from x naught to x f of t, and here we replace y1 of t. We know the approximation y1 of x. Change the variable from x to t and place y1 of t here. Okay, and next we find y3 of x using this y2 of x, and continuing like this, in general we obtain yn of x is equal to y naught plus integral from x naught to x f of t. The approximation just before yn of x is yn minus 1 of x. So here we put yn minus 1 of t. The variable is changed to t. Okay, dt. And this procedure is called Picard's method of successive approximation. Here we are finding y naught of x, y1 of x, y2 of x, etc., yn of x. These are the approximation of the solution. The solution of this initial value problem. Okay, approximations to the solution of this initial value problem is given by y naught of x, y1 of x, y2 of x, etc., yn of x. Here we get an approximation of solution, not the exact solution. In this method, we are finding step-by-step successive approximations of solutions. We are not getting the exact solution by this method. Okay. Example. Okay, this procedure is called Picard's, and full name of this method is Picard's method of successive approximation. Okay. Okay, you have to study this y naught of x, y1 of x, and in general yn of x. Okay, in y naught of x is defined as y naught always, and from y1 of x, y2 of x can be taken by giving n is equal to 1, 2, etc. in the formula of yn of x. So you have to study this yn of x, and by putting n is equal to 1, 2, etc., we can obtain y1 of x, y2 of x, etc. And the initial approximation also, you must know y naught of x is given as y naught always. Okay, example, solve y dash is equal to y and y of 0 is equal to 1. So from the general form, we can write y dash is equal to f of xy. So here f of xy is equal to y, and the general form initial condition is y of x naught is equal to y naught. So x naught is here 0 and y naught is 1. Okay, we are starting the approximation. Y naught of x is y naught, so y naught is equal to 1. And y1 of x is general form is y0 plus integral from x0 to x f of t y0 of t dt. That is y0 is 1 and plus integral from x0 to x. x0 is 0. So integral from 0 to x f of t and y0 of t. Okay, here y0 of x is 1. We are changing x to t. But y0 of x is a constant. So y0 of t is also the same constant. There is no variable in it. So we can write that 1 itself. So y0 of t is 1. So f of t 1 dt. So that is 1 plus integral from 0 to x. We know that the function f of xy is y. So f of xy is y. So f of t1. So in place of x we replace by t, and in place of y we have replaced with 1. So f of xy is equal to y. So f of t1 is 1. So here putting f of t1 is equal to 1, and then we integrate 1 plus, okay, 1 into dt is dt, integral 0 to x dt, that is equal to 1 plus integral dt is t from 0 to x, and we are giving the limits, that is 1 plus x minus 0, so that is 1 plus x. Okay, next approximation y2 of x is y0 plus integral from x0 to x f of t, and here we put y1 of t dt. So that is y0 is 1 and x0 is 0. So 1 plus integral from 0 to x f of t y1 of t. Okay, we have found y1 of x. y1 of x is 1 plus x. So y1 of t is 1 plus t. So y1 of t put 1 plus dt. That is 1 plus integral 0 to x. Okay. Okay, f of xy is y. So f of t 1 plus t is 1 plus t. So that is 1 plus t dt. So here we are integrating. So 1 plus integral 1 dt, that is t, plus integral t dt is t square by 2 from 0 to x. So that is 1 plus x square by 2 minus of, when we put t is equal to 0, that becomes 0 plus 0. So that is 1 plus x square by 2. Next y3 of x. Y0 plus integral from x0 to x f of t, and here we put y2 of t dt, that is y0 is 1, x0 is 0, so that is 1 plus integral from 0 to x f of t, and we have found y2 of x. y2 of x is 1 plus x square by 2, so that y2 of t is 1 plus t square by 2 dt, and f of xy is y, so that f of t 1 plus t square by 2 is 1 plus t square by 2. Okay, next we are integrating, that is 1 plus integral dt is t plus integral t is t square. Integral t square by 2 is t square by 2 into 3, that is t cube by 2 into 3, so that t cube by 6. By applying t is equal to x and t is equal to 0, the limits of integration, we get 1 plus x square by 2, that I can write x square by 2 factorial, and x cube by 6. X cube by 6 can be written as x cube by 3 factorial. So in general, if we write yn of x, okay, let's have a look. Okay, y1 of x is 1 plus x up to x to the power 1. Okay, y2 of x is 1 plus x square by 2, and y3 of x is 1 plus x square by 2 can be written as 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial. So y4 of x will be 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x raised to 4 by 4 factorial. And in general, we can write yn of x is 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x raised to 4 by 4 factorial plus etc. plus x raised to n by n factorial. Okay, this up to this, okay, if you are asked to solve by the method of successive approximation, we find some approximations up to y3 of x or y4 of x, and we can stop. Okay, just I have, for your information, I have written the general form here by looking y1, y2, y3, and let's find the exact solution of this differential equation. Okay, y dash is equal to y of 0 is equal to 1. It is a variable separable form. So dy by dx is equal to y. So dy by y is equal to dx, integrating both sides. So log y is equal to x plus constant of integration, I have written it as log c. So log y minus log c is equal to x. So log y by c is equal to x, so that y by c is equal to e raised to x, and y is equal to c e raised to x. By the initial condition, y of 0 is equal to 1 means when x equal to 0, y equal to 1. So applying here, so y is equal to 1, so 1 is equal to c, and x is 0, c e raised to 0, so that c is equal to 1. By giving the value of c here, we get y is equal to e raised to x, and this is the exact solution of this differential equation. by solution by successive approximation is given as y1, y2, y3, etc. Okay, I'm going to just compare the solution by method of successive approximation and the exact solution. Okay, in this case it is clear that the successive approximations converges to the exact solution since approximations are the partial sums of the power series expansion of e raised to x. If you look at the successive approximations, it is the power series expansion of e raised to x. It is a partial sum. Okay, power series expansion of e raised to x is 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. up to infinity. That is power series expansion. Okay, if you are looking the successive approximations, okay, y1 we get 1 plus x. So it is a partial sum of the power series expansion of e raised to x. In y2 of x we get the another term also, x square by 2. Y3 of x, one more term, 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial. Okay, and in general yn of x, if we look at yn of x, it is a partial power series of e raised to x, because partial power series, we are seeing it as partial power series because up to n terms, only finitely many terms we obtain in successive approximation. Okay, okay, we can see this. Okay, so that is what I have said. In this case it is clear that the successive approximations converge exact solution e raised to x, since the approximations are the partial sums of the power series expansion of e raised to x. Okay, we can see this mathematically as limit n tends to infinity yn of x. We have written yn of x. So limit n tends to infinity yn of x. That means yn of x consists of up to n terms up to the power of x raised to n. When we apply limit n tends to infinity, the series goes infinitely. That is 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. This goes up to infinity, and that is e raised to x, which is a power series expansion of e raised to x. So that is e raised to x. So when we apply limit n tends to infinity, we get the exact solution e raised to x. Okay, that is the relation between the approximated solution and the exact solution. Okay, next is example 2. Y dash is equal to x plus y, y of 0 is equal to 1. Here f of xy is x plus y, y naught is 1 and x naught is 0. First, y naught of x is defined as y naught, so that is 1. We are finding y1 of x. y1 of x is y naught plus integral from x naught to x f of t, y naught of t dt. So that is 1 plus integral 0 to x f of t, y naught of x is 1, so that y naught of t is also 1. So f of xy is given as x plus y. So here t plus 1, f of t1 is t plus 1 dt, and we integrate and put the limit, we obtain 1 plus x square by 2. Next we are finding y2 of x. In y2 of x, here it is y1 of t. y1 of x is 1 plus x square by 2. So that y1 of t becomes 1 plus t square by 2. And f of xy is given as x plus y. So f of t, 1 plus t square by 2 is their sum. T plus 1 plus t square by 2. And next we are integrating and applying limits, we obtain like this. Similarly, we find y3 of x and y4 of x. Okay, you should go through this. Okay, in general, by looking at y1 of y2 of x, y3 of x and y4 of x, we get yn of x is 1 plus x plus, okay, if we look y1 of x, that is 1 plus x plus okay, x square by 2, up to x square by 2. In y2 of x is it becomes x square, and next one more term x cube by 3 factorial. In y3 of x is, it contains just x cube by 3, not x cube by 3 factorial. y3 of x contains x cube by 3. It 2 is missing in the denominator. That means it have been multiplied with, okay, if we look y1 of x, it consists of the term x square by 2. But in y2 of x, here is only x square. That means 2 is multiplied with y1 of x up to x square by 2. So that in y2 of x, this becomes x square. In y3 of x, this x cube by 3 factorial becomes just x cube by 3. So that when 2 is multiplied with x cube by 3 factorial, we obtain just x cube by 3. Similarly, when it comes to y4 of x, this x raised to 4 by 4 factorial is there in y3 of x. But when it comes to y4 of x, what happens? X raised to 4 by 3 into 4. A 2 is missing. That means a 2 is multiplied with the numerator so that it gets cancelled. So in general, we obtain yn of x is 1 plus x plus what? 2 times. 2 times x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus x raised to n by n factorial plus x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Y1 of x is ending with x square by 2 factorial. Y2 of x is ending with x cube by 3 factorial. Okay, so in that way yn of x is ending with x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial. So this is the general form. Okay. Not in every problem you need to write this general form. Just for your information, I have just written like this. You have to find just approximations y1, y2, y3 or up to y4, which are approximations asked in the question, or if just to solve by method of approximation, you have to find up to y3 of x at least. Okay, if you have time, just find y4 of x. Okay, let us look at the exact solution. dy by dx is equal to x plus y of 0 is equal to 1. So it is a first order linear equation. I have written this form dy by dx minus y is equal to x, which is a first order linear ODE of the form dy by dx plus p of x into y is equal to q of x. Here p of x is minus 1 and q of x is x. So here integrating factor is e raised to integral p of x dx, that is e raised to minus 1 dx, that is e raised to minus x. And the solution of this form differential equation is given as yif is equal to integral qif dx plus c. Okay, I thought that you have already studied this in your degree classes, solving this linear equations of first order. Okay, so y integrating factor is e raised to minus x. So y e raised to minus x is integral x e raised to minus x dx plus c. So here we are applying integration by parts. First into integral of second minus integral of derivative of first into integral of second. Okay, here we are again integrating and find out like this. Okay, next we are applying, okay, next we are dividing this e raised to minus x. E raised to minus x is common here. So we obtain y is equal to minus x minus 1 by c e raised to minus x. Here denominator e raised to minus x when goes to numerator, that becomes e raised to x. That is the next step. Now applying initial condition y of 0 is equal to 1, that means when x equal to 0, y is equal to 1. So we are finding the value of c is equal to 2, so that the solution becomes y is equal to minus x minus 1 plus 2 e raised to x. That can be written as y is equal to 2 e raised to x minus 1. Okay, now just look at the we have going to look at the connection of exact solution and the solution by the method of successive approximation. So limit n tends to infinity yn of x. So limit n tends to infinity, this yn of x we have already written. That becomes when x tends to infinity, what happens? 1 plus x, first two terms does not contain n, so that is 1 plus x itself plus 2 times then next the term in the bracket contains x raised to n. This is the expansion of what? As n tends to infinity, this is the power series expansion of e raised to x minus 1, e raised to x with first two terms missing. 1 plus x, in the expansion of e raised to x, it contains 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus etc. Infinitely many terms. So this is expansion of e raised to x minus 1. So first two terms are subtracted from the series of e raised to x. Okay, so it goes like that plus, okay, then it goes to infinity, so up to this. So that is equal to multiplying with 2 and opening the bracket and simplifying, we get 2 e raised to x minus 1, which is the exact solution. Thus the successive approximation converges to the exact solution. Successive approximation converges to exact solution means that means limit n tends to infinity yn of x. Converges means as n tends to infinity, it goes to exact solution. Okay, that is the relation.